what the narcissist loves about the new supply. Ever wondered what it is that the narcissist actually loves about this new person, their new supply? Alright, this video is for anyone who is having to witness the narcissist's obsession with the new supply, or is having it flaunted in their face via social media or in person. So, before we start, darlings, can I just quickly remind you, if you like the video, please remember to give it a thumbs up, share, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification so you don't miss any up and coming videos. Alright, darlings, let's get into it. So, what does the narcissist love about the new supply? Well, there's a few things, as usual, going on here, but it's not so much about love for the individual. So when healthy people like you and I, when we love someone, it's a, well-rounded, emotion, connection, it's a feeling, it's a philosophy, it's a whole lot of things. But for the narcissist, it breaks down to something completely different. It's more like, essentially, it's the idealization phase. So they're infatuated with this person at this particular point in time. They're in this kind of giddy state of limerence. That's a big word, but it's kind of like infatuation. We'll just use infatuation, that's fine. It's this obsession with having a new thing, a thing that they haven't figured out. But let's face it, we are not things, we are human beings, and that doesn't actually equate to love. So what are they actually loving about the new supply? Well, they're loving having all the power that they have, because when they were with you, over time you figured them out. Over time you realized who they really were, and they lost a lot of the mystery and a lot of the illusion. And you got to remember, these people are literally a false construct. They are, they're running around with a mask on. They're pretending to be someone that they're not. So the longer you're with them, the closer you are to them, the more you actually see them for who they really are. Now, they don't like that. You got to remember that. They don't like that. They don't want you to know them. They don't want you to be close to them. So the new supply, on the other hand, has no clue who they are. So essentially what that means is that the narcissist can tell them every lie that they want. They can make up stories. They can present the illusion of who they are. And there's no way for the new supply to know otherwise, because, they don't have the benefit of time. They don't have the benefit of having, seen or known the narcissist for a long time and actually had a chance to figure out who they are. So the narcissist loves that. They love having someone who's looking up at them with adoration, who's so excited to see them every time they walk in the door, who waits for their text messages, and responds the second their phone tings. I mean, that stuff fuels the narcissist. That makes them feel, like they're the center of the new supply's world. But that's not how long-term relationships work. It's not healthy, and it's quite obvious. It's not healthy. No one does that, in real life, long-term relationships. Real stuff happens. You have work commitments, life commitments, family commitments. You can't always put your partner first. But this is one of the things that the narcissist is loving. They're also loving, you got to remember, they're idolizing the new supply. So they're loving the way they are being reflected back. And what I mean by that is, think about this. So the new supply, let's just say they bag, someone like a doctor, or, a ballerina, or someone who's got prestige, someone who has authority, someone who has, is professional, has reputation, whatever. Let's just imagine that they now have that. Now they're enjoying how it looks and how it feels for them to be the partner of that person. So they're actually getting fuel from that, getting fuel from being the partner of such an accomplished person. And so all of the fuel So all of the attention that the new supplier would get in her everyday, reality, in the narcissist's mind, that rubs off on them. It makes them a better version of themselves. So they're imagining them, being a different self. All right, he's also loving all the fuel that he's getting from the new supplier's friends, her family, her work colleagues. Like, all these people are being introduced. Oh, hello, so-and-so, this is my new boyfriend, John. And, everyone's like, oh, hi, John, I've heard so much about you. All those conversations, all of that attention fuels the narcissist. I've heard so much about you, blah, blah, blah. And the narcissist is soaking it all in. The reality is that those very same people, give it 6 months, 12 months, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, they all will know, oh, that's that John. The John, remember the one that stormed off on Christmas and ruined Christmas for everyone? The stories will start to get around. Narcissists always have to keep on the move because their stories and the things that they do start to catch up with them. But with the new supplier, it's like a clean slate. They can pretend to be whoever they want to be, and no one is the wiser. It's a perfect thing for the narcissist. So fuel, fuel, fuel. All right. He's also in love. Two more. He's also in love with this new toy. Because he hasn't figured her out yet. And narcissists love toys, they love puzzles, they love figuring out how things work. What button do they need to push to make it do this? How do they make it, what do they need to do to make it act and be the way they want it to be? And the funniest thing about that, the irony of it is that once they figure out how to make it do what they want it to do, then they go, oh, well, I'm bored of this toy now. And they'll start sourcing new supply. All right, the final points are he's in love with the fuel. 2 points, sorry. The fuel from triangulation. So the new supply, the term new supply implies that there is former supply. So therefore, you've got yourself and another woman. Well, in this case, because, I'm talking to my girls. So you, the new supply, he has this opportunity to triangulate between the two of you, so he can say to you, I don't know, she does things that you never did, and then you got to get all upset, or you fight with each other, and then he runs back to her and, says, oh, she's crazy and she wants me back, which makes the new supply work even harder to keep him happy. So there's, with new supply comes the potential for triangulation, and they don't have the potential for triangulation when there's only one source of supply. So, fuel, fuel, fuel. That's another thing that the narcissist loves about the new supply. Fuel from triangulation. All right, and the final point is the narcissist loves the mask being believed. So he's presented himself as this person to this new supply. And as she is telling him what it is that she's looking for, he is morphing himself. He's actually creating this new character on the run, right? On the fly, literally on the fly. He's building up this character in his mind, or, mentally he's kind of doing this. He's not obviously, you know what I'm saying. Mentally he's creating this new character, and she doesn't know it, but, there's so much fuel from the fact that he's got so much power, that he's manipulating someone in real time, that she's this innocent and unsuspecting victim. There's so much fuel, so much power, so much control and dominance. It's a lot of predatory behavior that goes on with the narcissist when they meet new supply. And essentially, all of that, everything that I've just said, none of that is love. That is not love. If you were to say to anyone, define love to me, there is not a person alive who would list out the things that I just said, right? But if you ask the narcissist, do they love the new supply? They're going to say yes, because they don't know what love is. That's the bottom line. They actually do not know what love is. Because for them, love is not about being vulnerable or being intimate or being close. That's not what love is to them. Love is about, in their mind, about exploitation and gaining control of having something that they want to own. You know, they want to own the new supply, just like they wanted to own you, just like they own, you know, in their mind, all the women in their narc harem, you know, and this wanting to own, or owning, this idea of owning someone, that makes them feel good about themselves. Just imagine it like, you know, how some men get about their cars. You know, they love having a new car and they obsess about their new car. It's the same kind of thing. You know, they don't think about their car at night when they're in bed all tucked up. Same thing. They don't think about the narcissist when she's not around. When the new supply's not around. You know, they don't think about her at all. You know, henceforth, that is not love. All right, darlings, listen, thank you for joining me today. I'm going to link another video here if you're interested in hearing more about this kind of thing. Have a good day. Thanks. Bye.